Hi there, that's right, my name is Nick Dutch. I'm back on the camera yet again just to say hi there, how's it going? And just to bounce around a few ideas as I tend to once in a while. Now, I'm a bit of a follower, not necessarily a fan, but a follower of the atheist videos here on YouTube. And I have recently watched a video by AgnosticMan77 who has suggested that those who are atheists should call themselves deists, because he feels that the word atheist is essentially the bar which stops a real conversation occurring between theistic people and people who are atheists. Now that's an interesting idea, and it basically sent me on a quest to find out more about deism, what deism really is, and to see whether there was some kind of correlation between what I am and essentially what deism is. Essentially, from what I found out through Wikipedia and a few links that I found on the Wikipedia site under the definition of deism, deism essentially relies upon reason, knowledge, understanding, and science to try and find out about nature, and therefore by inference to try and find out about God, and essentially use reasoning as the tool to try and uncover what God is essentially about. So it's a very interesting or intriguing concept. It's not really giving a finite or final definition. I mean, within paganism there is, the god and the goddess and all the rest of that. Within Christianity there is Jesus Christ. But within deism it's a little vaguer, and I carried on looking through to see whether there are any definitions of what I myself could be. I learned that there's something which is called radical deism, which would probably fit characters such as Thunderfoot and the other apparently anti-theists who spend their time attacking, let's say, the creationist arguments and other more, let's say, simplistic interpretations of theology which is currently out there in the world. And according to the Wikipedia page, the radical theists are often as put into the same category, so to speak, as atheists by some Christian apologetics. So maybe there is a way in which atheists could actually call themselves deists and say, no, we're just trying to find out about God when we're looking at nature and science. But when I was thinking about myself and what I am, I was curious to see whether there would be a way in which I could fit, like, the way I see myself into a deist perspective. And I learned about something called Panendeism or Transdeism, which essentially, and this is what I personally found was interesting, in inverted commas, believed in experiential mysticism. And I thought, hang on a minute. I've always regarded myself as an experiential, experimental occultist, because I do weird occult things, but I'm still someone who is very interested in natural science, accepts evolution, abiogenesis, the Big Bang Theory, Newtonian physics, electronics, and all the other wonderful things which modern scientific research has brought us. And I saw this definition, Panendeism, and I thought, that sounds really rather interesting. And I saw some of the other websites out there, and I thought, that's really rather curious, because that does correlate nicely with my weird experimental new agey side, okay, as well as my interest in reason, science, logic, and all the rest of that, and still to be able to correlate that with the fact that I'm curious about things such as pendulum dowsing, spiritual healing, divination, and all the other, weird stuff such as astral projections, which I do once in a while. So this is curious. I mean, there is a reason why I watch some of the more science-driven atheistic videos. I don't agree with some of the arguments of people within the atheistic community, because I'm not an anti-theist. I am pro people finding their own spirituality. I'm also pro people choosing to be atheistic if they want. That's the definition that you feel comfortable with, and that's the way of life and ideas you feel comfortable with, then basically go for it. I'm also just as happy with people being Islamic, or people being Christian, or people being pagan, just be it, do it, enjoy it. I can't fit myself as easily into those categories as some people can. I just can't. But this idea of Panendeism, that resonates with me, or Transdeism, which is very close to what I am. So basically, if you people within the atheist community wish to adopt the term deist and therefore see that as your religion or identity or spiritual path, then basically I'm in your religion. But on the other hand, so are a lot of very theistic people as well, which is curious. I'm interested to see how this particular debate and discussion and ideas are going to progress. But hey, you know, I have discovered a term which is out there for what I possibly am, namely a Panendeist or a Transdeist, which is pretty groovy for me, you know. So anyway, keep the faith, or not, as the case may be. Nick Dutch signing out for now.